Good morning from Southern Latitudes in Florida. Today's going to be a big day. I have a million jobs to do since I really haven't been out here for a serious 2 weeks of doing like big projects. I think it could have been a little bit less little projects, but anyhow, I really absolutely, before the sun gets over the trees, I need to get this garden addressed. I need to do a whole lot of this area because the sun hits this first and it gets really hot first. So I'm going to put you guys on Zoom. We're going to cue some nice music. I've got my kombucha and I've got my podcasts and tunes, and I need to go grab the tiller. That's something I'm gonna need. And then this is where a lot of my peppers are gonna be, so we had to make that a priority, get the peppers in the ground today. I think we may have chances of rain just one more day, and that would be great. I forgot to tell you also, we were supposed to get rain for days in a row and we didn't until yesterday, so that was nice. But I was out of town yesterday. I was south of here, and so by the time I got home and it was dinner time and I was exhausted, I was pooped. But anyhow, today's a new day. We just wiped the slate clean. We go with what we got, and it's a beautiful morning and it's nice and cool. Actually, you can see me in my sweater. I will not stay in the sweater, so you'll see a clothing change here soon. But I'm gonna pull up this drip tape, get the tiller started, and we're gonna first really till this out. I've done a great job of trying my best to clear out food things. Now I still have some seeds here. I have a leeks here. That's actually gonna go, even though it looks okay, but it's slow and in the wrong place. I have broccoli going to seed back there. I have some kale that's new. This is gonna keep us until it finally gets overtaken by aphids. A lot of the celery has been going, just not on this side. I got crabgrass. Oh my goodness, got to get that out. But we've been pulling all the stalks. Look, it's already grown back, the center part. This one too. This was a 3-pound stalk. I couldn't believe it. We have so much cleanup to do over here between the pineapples, and this is kind of like, you know, the rat path right here, and that's disgusting. Okay, it's really disgusting, but it is what it is, and eventually that building's coming down. So I'm going to just work on this main section where it's open, and this is where I'm gonna put all those pepper babies. So let's get at it. Let's cue the music. So I got the peppers out and I'm completely ready to do the peppers when a thought dawned on me. About 4 or 5 years ago, I think about 4 years ago at least, we had yellow squash up in this area and they outperformed our wildest dreams. I mean, it was just amazing. I know they were super happy. They were on fresh mushroom compost. Now this isn't fresh, this is like 6-month-old mushroom compost, but they were very happy with the way the sun rose about this time of year in the garden, this garden here. And they're not very long living, so I can always replace them later with like the jalapenos or whatnot. But I just think I'm going to change up my plants. Peppers can tolerate shade when the heat really turns on, and so I may put the row here up there. I think that will work out really well. And then I'm just gonna put the yellow squash and zucchini right here. No, it's fresh dirt. So I think that's gonna be a good plan. That way they'll get plenty of sunlight for quick growth. And that's what I'm looking for, quick growth, because they have to be grown and producing before the end of May, when the heat and the rains really kick in, and that rain will definitely powdery mildew and all that bad stuff. So I think I'm going to put them here. So, all right, let me do it. Just real quick before I put them in the ground, I just grabbed them. They are at the perfect stage. They are fully developed, nice, got a true leaf up there and everything. And they're 2 cotyledons. And then the root development is really nice without being completely root bound. So they're just gonna take off, probably won't even have shock because this root ball is so wet from last night's rain. And the ground is very wet, and they'll probably just go boom, right in there, no problem. Okay, so let me just catch you up right now, interrupt the Zoom or the time lapse, and tell you what I've done so far. The sun is starting to get on the garden, so it's going to get really hot. I'm telling you, this is not the place I want to be once the sun is on it full. So we'll probably skip all the weeding until evening. But for right now, this is several Zephyr squash, which is a half yellow, half green squash. And it is one of our family favorites. Right here, the first, I think there's 6 of them, are a Golden Delight zucchini. So it's yellow, but it's kind of squatty like a zucchini. The flavor should be interesting. And then I have a variety of, these peppers were gifted to me. So this is the Italian peppercini. This is the Advarsky. No J in it. Okay, Advarsky. And that's supposed to be a really, really nice pepper. Excuse me. And this is the jalapeno, pardon me. And this is the jalapeno pumpkin spice. And I left its little Aunt Molly ground cherry friend with it. I didn't separate them, although they probably would have separated just fine. I don't think the roots were so bound I couldn't have done that, but I just left them for, you know, because I'm nice to my plants. Okay, so these are right here, well, 3, they're kind of got ground on them, ground dirt. Okay, so these 3 are the Melanzane Rosa de something Rotunda, I think that's what it was. De Rotunda. So these are the 3 little Italian eggplants that not only have eggplant flavor, but they also have a pepper tomato blend in their flavor profile. All right, to give you one more update real quick. Mostly these help me keep my own records. So I have 3 Alma paprikas and another 3 Alma paprikas here. I skipped anywhere around where this was throwing a lot of shade. And in this, because I got to keep the seed. I really do. That's a high priority for me. And so we'll just skip a little bit here. I gave this eggplant, which is like 1.5 years old. You know, I'm going to trim up her dead ends from where the freeze hit her a while ago. And then let her keep going because I think she's still got a lot of life left in her. But I skipped a little walkway space in there, you know. I do need to pull that celery out at some point. This may not be the day for that. I have to remember, I can get overwhelmed real easily out here. And I have to remember to keep priorities priority. So today is a planting day, not a food harvest day, because if I make a food harvest day, then I get stuck inside the house. This row right here, this is all bullnose peppers, and there's probably a dozen of them. I think I skipped a hole in there, or it looks like I skipped a hole, but there is actually no hole in the drip tape. I couldn't find it. Twice I looked for it. I could not find any hole right there. So I think, you know, maybe when it was being manufactured, it just missed missed a spot. So, buddy, please no. Okay, so then I have this last section left to go. And let's see. Sorry, we're gonna have an air show here this weekend. Some of it's already going on in Lakeland, and a lot of them are based and coming out of our airport. So there's just a lot of activity. So all the bullnose are out. Let's get back to this. I left 3 Elma paprikas that didn't look really strong. The cherry picks, I may plug in, I may just up pot a few of these, and I do not need very many of them. I may just up pot these, and then when the Brussels go, they can always be in that row. See, the Tam jalapenos, I will probably up pot that too. And I'm gonna put some Jimmy Nardellos in, I think, on the end. They deserve a nice little place in this garden of mostly peppers and squash, but the squash will be gone before I know it. So I'll just do some of this up potting, so when the squash is out of here in no time, these are more than ready to go. That's how I'm gonna solve my space issue. Okay, we're not done quite yet. So we're back in the salsa garden now. And you saw, you know, this is my onion part of my garden. And so I have ripped out all of the plethora onions that are in the center there. So I need to carefully remove the drip line. There's actually a drip line under there. And it starts, well, actually the source of the water is here. But I gotta go find it and carefully pull it up. My echinacea are in bloom. Aren't they beautiful? So I have to be very, very careful of that. Pull it up and get it through, and then till this area really well, and that'll give me room for some more plants. And I think I sure would love to do some tilling in between the rows over here. The grass is really infringing into the garden here, so either I hand pull weeds later or something. But if I have the tiller and I prop, like this this pepper really needs to go up on a higher stake. I put it on a little one, but it really needs to be up higher, and then that way I can get the tiller back in here. This little weed grass sure likes to wreak havoc. It crawls across everything in certain parts of the garden. It's a bit of a pain, but look, this is what I was just looking at. I pee in the onion patch. That's because the peas were growing right here and right up there. Oh, and the cucumbers. Okay, that's another thing I can do. I can plant. So I have the Market More cucumbers in here, and I doubled them up, and I can kind of separate some of them before they get too big and fill in the gaps here where I lost some others. So that's a real quick and easy project I can do right now, as well as pulling up that drip tape. To my good friend Lori in Tennessee, if you're watching, those Jacksonville melon babies are right here, and they have this beautiful long trellis to climb up. I was going to put them on the fence here, but I just wanted to kind of keep them separate. If they want to trail, they can trail along the bottom here. All the Market Mores are in. Okay, I still need to address this row and that pepper next. So I got it tilled, and I got the drip line back down, and I was looking at what was remaining and what was my priority. And so I think what I'm gonna do is put my jalapenos here in the center. They're not very tall. Unless sometimes they can go 4 feet or so, but let's just say 3 feet for argument's sake. And I still have okra that's high priority too that I want to get in the ground. But if I put the okra in the center here, then what that will do is end up blocking whatever's on this side. So I have 2 jobs I'm gonna have to do today, or in this section today. So I think I'm gonna end up putting the tam jalapenos right here, and then I'm gonna pull out all the large 10-15 Ys, and there's plenty of them. We're gonna pull them out, see if there's any space to make room to put at least a few okra in until the rest of the onions are done. And yes, they're in bloom, but it's actually gonna be a while before, you know, they would be done, and I don't have time. Now the red ones, I'll collect all this seed because they've been bloom and set seed for a long time. These, you know, I can just go ahead and buy, or, you know, whatever next year. Actually, I'm probably not even going to. I'm probably going to go just with the plethora. These are nice. I got no qualms with them at all. But I just need the space, and buying the seed seems easier than waiting on them just for the tops here. I have fruit bags right here that I'm going to use to begin pulling them with. I'll leave the smallest in the ground, but for right now, the large ones can come out. Okay, I forgot to grab the camera with me for a second there. So as you saw, I tilled and put down the tam jalapenos in here, realizing these were the little ones I had rejected, and I had already uppotted the better ones. But that's okay, we're just gonna let them stay in here. Then I put in, sorry, I'm completely out of breath with the tilling. These were the 3 golden something zucchinis, or they call them squash, but they're really more like zucchinis. Can you see them? My head's kind of shading them out right in there, and my other hand is full. And so then I tilled in here between the rows, cleaned this up, and then I'm literally working just section by section. I'll address this in a minute. And I have about 3 drip lines right here. The peppers were never really productive, and I happen to have 3 more of these Melazane Rosso de Rotunda, something like that, eggplants right here. So I thought, okay, let's drop them in 1, 2, 3 right here. I forgot that I have like 1 extra drip. Hold on, that's not full. Okay, so I actually have like 1 or so little drip areas open, and I am going to fill it in with a flower to bring in pollinators. So these are my apricot lemonade cosmos. Oh wow, they're just still kind of small. I didn't have that great a germination, but I think that was my fault for leaving the seed in the greenhouse, which probably got overheated last summer. So This is probably over a year old seed. But anyhow, let's go ahead and do that. Let's get these babies on in, and then we will address whatever next space we have. I have filled in the gap in a lot of spaces in this garden. Now I'm not completely out of weeds. I still would really like to address that. But today's goal, remember, is to get it all set and then forget about it. So hang on, let's go back to our trays and see what's left. That's my sole goal today. Get all these seedlings in the ground, or things potted, or whatever I gotta do. So I have the zinnias still, so I've been, as you can see, there's some holes. Been pulling some of those. The butterfly pea has to go up front. Okay, that's the easy thing to do. The okra, I'm still kind of waiting for that onion area to open up. Crimson, okay. Then the okay, I have more cucumbers. So that requires me putting in a trellis up front, which I can do. I can do that. And then there's Seminole pumpkins and amaranth. Amaranth can wait a little bit. Can you see how it's still small? So that can wait. Okay, so where would I put this trellis for the cucumbers? I had thought about using the trellises out there. I've done it before, not always with a lot of luck. Sometimes they like a little bit more sun than what's out there. Everything on the trellises is filled in here, and really, and same with the house garden. I do have an extra trellis sitting back here on the back side of this garden. There's an extra one. So I think what I'll do is we will find a home for it up front. So I have kind of like two options. This is my other cattle panel that has the Alabama butter beans on it. And I have this row mostly going to open up. That would be a good choice. Look at all the sun on it for the cucumbers. That might be my place. We just got to clean it up. And then I was thinking originally of the sunflower spot. But, you know, it doesn't get near the sun that this does. And we want to make sure those cucumbers and anything squashy, you know, they're susceptible to getting powdery mildew or something like that on that. And so you got to keep them sunny and dry. Can you see what's going on with my sunflowers already? I do have some vacancy spots up here, but those Pro-Cut lemon, cute as they are, did not get anywhere near 6 to 7 feet. And that's probably because of the lack of sun. But they are going off. I don't think they've been here a month, 6 weeks tops. And look at them, they're already blooming. So cute, super cute. But, and there's one down there. And a couple over here that, uh-oh. See that? The squirrels have decided to eat off the leaves. I saw that down here too. I think, yeah, they do what I call a decapitation on these beautiful sunflowers. So, oh, my squash is going off. I did pollinate a girl. These are boy blooms. These are boy blooms because they just have the single thing in the center, and there's no fruit on the bottom side of these blooms. Can you see that? Girls look like, let's see, I don't have a girl today. I'm not going to walk all back there, but I don't think I have a girl today. Oh, I have a few more blooms back there. I had a girl up front here, and I did hand pollinate her. Okay, we're getting far off topic. Far off topic. These are the dwarf sun gold sunflowers. Aren't they adorable? These are so adorable. I might have to do a second sowing of these. Look at those. They are so cute. Oh, yeah. And the firecrackers have not gone off yet, which is nice. That's a Pro Cut lemon yellow right there. I just had extras, so I put them back down in here. Or it might have been a seed in the wrong place. But yeah, let's go ahead and put this cattle panel over here. Okay, these are the Socrates. Good, they're coming out perfect. Absolutely beautiful. They are at the right stage for moving. They pop out real easy once you show them the knife. Yeah. All of these are Socrates cucumbers right here. And I'm gonna mess this name up, but it's like gynecomastia or something. I don't know. No, isn't that when the guys have? No, that's the wrong word. Forgive me. This is the mostly all girl blooms. So this will be all nice and full with yellow color over here on this trellis. And so I'm going to actually put them on the front half, the front 1/3, the front half, and not 1/3. This front half right here, and then about where the halfway point on is going to be the mango vine peach, which I finally had a little free time over last weekend to look it up, and it's a type of a melon, so it's supposed to work really good, maybe even better with heat than some melons. And it's not a real big melon, but of course, it, like the name says, it has mango, but it also has peach, and it's vine, you know, needs a trellis. So just experimenting. It's one of those cool Baker Creek things that you just can't resist because they write the best descriptions. So anyhow, let's go ahead and get these in. I gotta go find my hori. Oh, it's on the fence. Okay. The irrigation looks pretty good. Look how it's hitting right about where I want it. That's awesome. I have probably had it running about 30-45 minutes. All right, you guys, it's actually getting about 12:30 in the time of the day, and so the shade has now come on over this garden, the right side of the north garden, and the left side's getting its full sun over here, and but they don't get it for very long. So you can see those sunflowers now. Aren't they so pretty? Yeah, they look better. I like those little dwarf ones. Man, I'm gonna have to grow me another little row of those. So while I was up here, I went ahead and pulled some of the cabbages. A lot of them were already picked cabbages, so I picked their stalks. There was a lot of the weed in here. It kind of is looking sandier, so I will probably throw some mushroom compost on that. I have just a little bit left, and I was going to save it for my up potting, but I think if there's any little bit extra, I'm going to throw it right here to amend. Most of my Swiss chard is long gone past its prime. I should have just picked this one too. It's got holes everywhere. In fact, I'm just going to, that way if I want to come in here soon, I will totally see that I have plenty of leftover space up here. I found a few carrots along the way. Leaving those cabbages, those are dead on cabbages, to finish out. I got my borage here. I have the Socrates cucumbers up here. Remember, I have the Market More cucumbers in the back. These are my Italian broccoli. And I did get, you know, like one head so far. I don't know. This may be just pushing the boundaries of heat for a winter vegetable. Here's another squash. Excuse me, cucumber. I'm just trying to pull those out. Yeah, there's a head right there. See, they're not very big, those little Italian ones, but I did want to just use up the seed. The Georgia collards, Georgia Southern collards, oh my goodness, they're ready to be picked again. These things will not quit. They grew well all winter. They grew well going into the heat. The Georgia Southern is just fantastic. I also like the Tiger collards if you already have an order going to Johnny Seeds. And if you're doing Top Bunch 2.0 at Haas, they're okay too. I had them in very shady situations, so they didn't like that. So be sure to put your collards, whatever you pick, in sun. These, they're in shade now, but really they get a lot of sun. And here is my lemon bee balm, really close to going off. Can you see that? And this one is really close too. Even closer, it's starting to show the hints of lavender in it. So I'm gonna save and preserve a lot of this for tea and medicinal uses. I'm going to be harvesting a lot of nasturtiums as well and drying those back. This is my Florida pepper. It's just starting to come into its season that it likes. So I don't actually have plans for what's gonna go here when all that's done. I hope this will, you know, last quite a bit longer in its season. I'm really enjoying the pop of color and the height and the different textures. You have the flat leaf with the spiky leaves, and then you got the broad leaf here, and then I have the 4 o'clocks come out at night, and everybody goes, what is this? It's my Brazilian flaming candle. You can see it has a little flame or candle at the end of the thing. This is perennial. This plant is 3+ years old, at least 3. I bought it when we got the lot, so it's just past 3. And I do have, like I said, I have all those zinnias. I've got to, on another day, come through when I have shade and amend. This little section has irrigation in it, right here. So what I need to do is seriously amend. I gave the poppies a try, threw the poppy seeds in there, and they didn't pop up at all, even with the freeze. I do have the 4 o'clocks here and stuff, and another volunteer there. But I'm going to probably clean all this out really good, amend it really well, and put my coral and yellow zinnias in right here. I think that would be a perfect place for, you know, the street value and curb appeal. In here, I'm not sure what's left. Probably something in the pepper family might go in there. Or beans. We talked about beans, Jack and I did. Look at this. Do you see the pollinators all over the borage? Oh, he ran away. That's a green bee right there. They're pretty cool. So yeah, and then this, okay, since I'm right here, this has got my butter beans on it, and some of them are just popping through, some of them haven't really. I gotta take the time and make sure I know what's going in here on another day. Like as far as what's going on with why haven't they all germinated? Because I have seen this, that's been germinated a while. There should be a lot of seed in here. Maybe I just need to stir it up. And then after the sunflowers are done, this squash will probably overtake. This is the buttercup, the winter squash that I have. We're gonna let that overtake right there, and that'll be fine. And then the only one garden you didn't see me touch today was my south garden, and it needs some serious love and attention. It was every bit of intention to make this like a hodgepodge of color and potager like. We have the purples from the oxalis, we have the yellow from the mustard green blooms, we have a different color 4 o'clock in here, we have the dark leaves also from the Japanese red mustard. The lettuce is going to seed. This lettuce was wonderful. I can't wait to save that seed. I have an Everglades tomato in here. See the tomatoes? I gotta pick those. I have carrots that have taken over that corner, which is fantastic. I have gladioluses all along the fence, which have not popped yet with color, but that should be soon. I have more Italian broccoli, and whew, here's one. Yep, starting to go to bloom. That's okay if that wants to go to seed, and then I'll just collect that seed right there. Okay, what else did I forget to tell you about? Oh, we should update you real quick. I'm sure this is running into a long video. Here's my bouquet dill. We're real close to harvesting these heads and popping them in the freezer. I had lots of different lettuces and bok choy in here. Some carrots on the edge. All this needs cleaning up. Ciso, spinach. I have oregano in there. Mexican shrimp plant. I had russet potatoes on the counter that were going bad. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of them are in the ground and all blooming. I have, what are those? I don't remember which sunflowers those were. They might be the Pro-Cut yellow lemon. I don't know. I'm just guessing there. I have different peppers along here in the front. A few weeds too. I lost 2 of my 2 corbachis there, and then I have the 3rd one. So something's really enjoying and attacking those. And my narrow day Toscana cal, see how I cut it back super, super hard? Well, it's already come, look how well it's come right back. It's doing great. Everything is very, very happy. And my leeks, more lettuce, but it's time for me to rip several of the, sorry, I didn't mean to not give it glory, but this is the cranberry hibiscus, or the false hibiscus. Some more cal. There's cilantro. This is, we're trying to figure out the name of it. We were told it was king of the sea, but it might not be. It's a spinach type that grows about 8 feet high, and I believe it likes shade or sun. I don't remember, Amy. If you're watching this, remind me what that was. But we're trying to find a proper name on it, because I can't quite remember which spinach it is, but it's edible. It's really good. And I was thinking the reason why it's in the shade is because I thought this would be a great location for it to just live permanently as a perennial. So yep, time to clean out a lot of this. The oxalis all needs to go. It's a beautiful ground cover. This is a dog fennel or something. It's the fake fennel right here. It's pretty, but it's not edible. At least I don't know that it's edible. Yeah, and the bok choy seeds. So a lot going on out here, but I am all out of gas. I think I've been going for 4.5 hours straight. So you guys, this is where we're gonna end the video. I've got water running to the new trout, well, the whole garden, the whole north garden, and trying to water in those seedlings there. I looked at the forecast, and our rain for today has disappeared, of course, and gone for the next few days in the forecast. So anyhow, everything looks so good. I couldn't be happier with the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of babies that got planted today. It was quite a feat, and really I had so much excitement and energy for it. It didn't even seem like work. And I really, really loved being able to be out here. I've been real busy all week. It's been on my mind, so to come out here and do it was actually like a relief to me. And to get all those peppers in the ground. I got a lot of flowers in the ground. All of my cucurbit family stuff is in the ground, I believe, except for the Seminole pumpkin, the watermelon, and the South Anna butternut squash. Those all. And oh, the okra needs to still go in the ground. Again, that's going to be where the onions are. And I'll have to, I pulled, I don't know, I'm going to say about 10 pounds worth of onions. But a lot of them weren't quite ready to come out of there. And so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. I do have one more row in the house garden, but it's right up there where we're going to tear down the coop. And I was trying to just leave that empty. So we'll just see what goes on. The south garden that we were just at, that was a hot mess, is probably going to get my Seminole pumpkin or South Anna butternut squash. So anyhow, you guys, I'm out of gas. Time for lunch. I hope you guys are blessed by this. I hope you are not discouraged that the heat equals in your mind that you shouldn't plant anything. That's not true at all. I hope you'll see and subscribe and like and, you know, follow along with me on this journey, and you'll see that quite a bit of stuff can be set, and then you just forget about it until you're ready to plant your fall garden, and you just harvest a lot of these Seminole pumpkins and butternut squash, all that. You just let it go, you let it do its thing. You may water it, but you know, this is summer, we're going to get tons and tons of rain, so you really don't even have to worry about watering. And then, you know, come August or September, whenever you feel like it, you just harvest all that stuff. It's real easy. And your peppers, you just harvest them as you want, and the tomatoes will fade, and that's okay. So that area will just be dead, sitting there dead till I'm ready to play with it. Same with the cucumbers. I don't know some of these new vines and melons. I have 2 new melons this year, so you know, whatever they do, if they die, they die. If not, if they do die, my backup plan B for them is just, we're going to fill everything up with black-eyed peas, cowpeas, or butter beans. So that, you know, that would be my other set it and forget it after this last ditch spring effort is done. So it rides out its course. So you guys, I've talked a lot. I'm so sorry. I'm sure this is a very long video, but I really wanted you to see most all of my set it and forget it work. So take care, God bless, and I will see you in the next one.